Like its hatchback counterpart, the all-new Ford Mondeo estate feels like a familiar sight even before it goes on sale. Unlike the VW Passat estate, which clearly looks all new, the evolutionary styling of the Mondeo estate, particularly at the rear, along with the commonplace Ford corporate grille, almost suggests it's a facelift at first. Look closely, however, and its freshness becomes apparent. The estate body, like the hatchback, is unique to Europe. Ford's trademark grille and slender headlamps dominate the front, sculpted sides emphasize the length, and a wide tail helps it accommodate larger loads. The company expects the estate body to account for more than a third of all Mondeo sales. New technologies. While there is a lot of advanced technology introduced into the Mondeo, much of it, including safety equipment, is optional. That raft of safety measures includes the European introduction on a Ford of rear inflatable seatbelts. Fitted to the two outer rear seat positions, the inflatable seatbelts increase the surface area across the wearer's chest fivefold for improved protection. Other new tech include optional LED headlamps, which bend light around corners, and incorporate a thin LED day running light with integral pulsating rather than flashing front indicators. The Mondeo estate's self-parking function will now parallel park the Ford, not just reverse into bays. Whichever trim level of Mondeo estate you go for, it will be fitted with an 8-inch color touchscreen for the Sync 2 infotainment system that has been jointly developed with Microsoft, so it's easy to use. Diesel and petrol engines. While the Mondeo estate's chief rival, Volkswagen's Passat estate, will come with a petrol-electric hybrid powertrain option, diesel and petrol motors will exclusively power the Mondeo estate, the former likely to account for 90% of sales. On sale from the end of 2014, the diesel lineup will initially comprise of the 1.6-litre TSI with 113 bhp and a 2.0-litre TSI producing 148 bhp. E-Cinetic fuel-saving technology and a 6-speed manual gearbox are fitted to both, although the larger engine is also available with Ford's PowerShift automatic transmission. There's also a 178 bhp version of the 2.0-litre engine, with both transmissions available. It's the 1.6-litre diesel to go for if economy is your primary concern, with Ford claiming figures of 74.3 miles per gallon and CO2 emissions of 99 gkm in the Mondeo estate. In spring 2015, a 118 bhp 1.5-litre TSI, four-wheel drive versions of the existing 2.0-litre TDSIS and a range-topping 207 bhp edition join the lineup. Petrol fans have the choice between a 158 bhp 1.5-litre EcoBoost and Zytec trim upwards, or if you go for a titanium model, the 237 bhp 2.0-litre EcoBoost. The former is available with 6-speed manual and automatic gearboxes, the latter in automatic and e-form. There will be a 123 bhp 3-cylinder 1.0-litre EcoBoost. Join the petrol offerings in spring 2015. There are also unconfirmed reports a performance and a rugged 4x4 version could be revealed in the near future, though there will be a standard estate with four-wheel drive arriving in spring 2015. Spacious, premium cabin. There is plenty of space for 5 adults, it's comfortable and the ride is impressive. Boot space at 500 litres fails to match the Passat estate's 650 litres, and it's not down to a full-size Sphere taking up space. The Mondeo features a space-saver wheel as standard. Past Ford Mondeo buyers may be disappointed the latest generation is not as engaging to drive, although it has remained composed and surprisingly nimble. Is the latest model set to become the best-selling large family wagon in Britain? Read Parker's full new Ford Mondeo estate review to find out. Performance. There's a range of modern, turbocharged petrol and diesels under the bonnet, but they're designed to promote overall efficiency rather than boost Ford Mondeo estate performance. Initial trio of diesels entry point is the 1.6-litre TSI producing 113 bhp and 270 Nm from a usefully low 1,750 revolutions per minute. It's the slowest member of the Mondeo family with a top speed of 116 miles per hour and completing the 0-2 miles per hour acceleration test in a pedestrian 12.3 seconds. But it's also the most efficient with claims of 74.3 miles per gallon and CO2 emissions of 99 gkm. The popular choice is likely to be the 148 bhp 2.0-litre TSI, with manual transmission. It has 350 Nm of torque from 2,000 revolutions per minute, and examples fitted with the e-Cinetic fuel-saving features are claimed to deliver 67.3 miles per gallon and CO2 emissions of 109 gkm. It's quicker too, with a 130 miles per hour top speed and 0-2 miles per hour time of 9.5 seconds. You can opt for the 6-speed power shift automatic with this engine too, but performance is inferior: 129 miles per hour, 0-2 miles per hour in 10 seconds, and efficiency 57.6 miles per gallon and 128 gkm CO2. Go for the titanium trim Mondeo estate, and the 2.0-litre diesel is also available in 178 bhp and 400 Nm form. Efficiency drops to 62.8 miles per gallon and 117 gkm with the manual gearbox. The automatics figures are identical to the 148 bhp version, but performance benefits to the tune of 137 miles per hour and 8.4 seconds for the 0-2 miles per hour sprint, 134 miles per hour and 8.7 seconds for the power shift auto. It's quiet and refined, suiting the Mondeo's character well, with enough urgency when you need it for safe overtaking. Spring 2015 sees the diesel range grow with a 118 bhp 1.5-litre TSI, a 207 bhp version of the 2.0-litre engine, and four-wheel drive versions of the existing 148 bhp and 178 bhp motors joining the Mondeo estate range. Petrol pairing from launch. If you want a petrol engine in your Mondeo estate, you'll need to go for at least as a tax specification, and that will be to access the 158 bhp 1.5-litre EcoBoost. It's a smooth engine, but one where you need to change gear frequently on the 6-speed manual to make the most of the 240 Nm of torque on offer. Top speed is 135 miles per hour and the 0-2 miles per hour acceleration time is clocked at 9.3 seconds, so it performs adequately. Ford claims efficiency figures of 47.9 miles per gallon and 137 gkm of CO2. Should you wish, there's a 6-speed automatic gearbox option too, that sees top speed fall slightly to 130 miles per hour, with a tenth of a second cut from the 0-2 miles per hour time. Economy suffers at 43.5 mpgm, while CO2 emissions climb to 152 gkm. If you want to get your hands on the fastest Mondeo estate, then the 237 bhp 2.0-litre EcoBoost is the car for you. It comes only in titanium form, with the 6-speed automatic transmission as standard. Where legal, it will reach 146 miles per hour and reach 62 miles per hour from a standstill in 8 seconds. Unfortunately, it's also the least efficient Mondeo estate, posting claims of just 37.7 miles per gallon and 174 gkm of CO2. As part of the range expansion in spring 2015, the 3-cylinder, 1.0-litre, 123 bhp EcoBoost will join the Mondeo estate range. Handling: since the original went on sale at the start of 1993 to replace the Sierra, an engaging driving experience has always marked out the Ford Mondeo estate handling over its rivals, although this has undoubtedly been eroded with each successive generation. It's a theme that's continued with the latest Mondeo estate too. Yes, it handles with greater agility than the model it replaces, but drivers will feel less engaged behind the wheel. The key reason appears to be the electric, rather than hydraulic, power steering, which remains accurate and grippy, but lacking the communicativeness that Mondeo drivers will be used to. It also feels quite light in its weighting, which is fine for weaving the car through narrow urban environments but less satisfying when tackling sweeping bends. You have to corner particularly hard to experience understeer, where the car pushes wide and corners, but it's easy to deal with quickly and effectively. What the Mondeo estate never does though, despite the lack of steering feel, it make you feel detached from what's going on, although this is more through the seat than what your hands tell your brain. While the ride quality is comfortable and well damped, Britain doesn't get the option of adaptive suspension settings, allowing passengers and luggage to remain unruffled. More severe ridges and ruts in the road are felt in the cabin, but not so severely as to induce complaints. Body control is good too, neither listing like a ship through bends nor floating over a series of undulations. Even after a series of repeated, heavy applications on twister roads, the brakes felt fine, offering effective stopping power with little sign of fade. The pedals, as well as the slick shifting manual gearboxes, are well weighted too and continue to be pleasant in their action. If you can live with the fact the latest Mondeo estate isn't designed to excite keen drivers, you'll find it a refined, comfortable and composed loader. Equipment: on sale from the end of 2014, the Mondeo estate is available in 4 familiar levels of specification: style, Zetec, Titanium and Titanium X-Pack. Standard Ford Mondeo estate equipment. Although the style trim is the entry point in the Mondeo estate range, it certainly doesn't feel basic. Only available with diesel engines, it comes with DAB radio and an 8-inch touchscreen for the Sync 2 infotainment system, dual zone climate control, electric front windows, electric parking brake, hill hold function, 16-inch alloy wheels, LED tail lights, chrome roof rails and emergency assistance should you be involved in an accident. Move up a rung to Zetec specification and you will additionally benefit from all-round electric windows, electrically folding door mirrors, heightened lumbar adjustable passenger seat, load-through slot behind the rear center armrest, cruise control, front fog lights and an electrically heated windscreen to quickly eliminate frost on cold mornings. Likely to account for just over half of Mondeo estate sales is the titanium trim, which adds sports seats, Ford's sat-nav system, starter button, automatic lights, wipers and dimming rear-view mirror, traffic sign recognition, lane departure warning, a combined analog and digital instrument panel and 17-inch alloy wheels to the Zetec kit list. Crowning the Mondeo estate hierarchy is the Titanium X-Pack, which brings electrically adjustable and heated front seats, leather upholstery, rear privacy glass, keyless entry and dynamic LED headlamps to the equipment mix. Optional Ford Mondeo estate accessories. The Mondeo estate remains resolutely similar looking regardless of the trim you choose, and while there's a wide breadth of options available, they tend to be about boosting equipment rather than modifying the car's looks. We found it particularly surprising that no Ford Mondeo estates come with parking sensors as standard, but they are available, along with extras such as a reversing camera and self-parking function. Those who want a more distinctive Mondeo need to consider upgrading a titanium spec estate, with a full body kit and larger 19-inch alloys. Although be aware these will have a negative impact on fuel consumption and CO2 emissions. You can also upgrade the Mondeo's spare wheel to a full-size item, although there's a penalty with 12 fewer liters of boot space. Further additions for your consideration include a retractable tow bar with sway control electronics, a large, fixed glass panoramic roof, an electrically opening and closing tailgate and adaptive LED headlights. The interior can be similarly upgraded with a Sony infotainment and sat-nav package, rear sun blinds, heated seats and steering wheel bundled together in the winter pack, and a raft of safety features including the inflatable rear airbags, blind spot warning, emergency city braking and adaptive cruise control. Comfort, combining high-quality interior materials, a solid standard of fit and finish, and even more space for passengers than the hatchback. Ford Mondeo estate comfort levels are high. The downside of feeling more isolated from the environment is the Mondeo feels less satisfying to drive, but many will appreciate the additional refinement and luxurious feeling, particularly in the higher-end titanium models. It's a composed car, maintaining a fine balance, whether barreling along a motorway or crawling through a choked-up city centre. While the suspension promotes comfort, more pronounced imperfections in the road surface are felt in the cabin, but not sharply. Tackle corners with eagerness and body roll is kept to a minimum too. Getting into a great driving position is easy in the Mondeo estate too, with lots of seat and steering column adjustment, ensuring pedals and the key lever feel ergonomically placed. The light steering means the large Ford is easy to drive. The estate has the same wheelbase as the hatchback, so there's no more legroom, but the higher roofline means taller passengers in the back secure more space. All Mondeos feature effective dual-zone climate control, while the darkness of the upholstery can be made to feel lighter and airier with a large, fixed panoramic roof. Depending on the surface, tire noise can intrude a little, while the wing mirrors produce a little more wind noise than before too. Otherwise it's a hushed interior, even with the echoing potential of the estate's cargo bay, unless you crank up the volume of the excellent Sony stereo. Practicality, with a wide tailgate aperture and a cavernous load space within, it's a given that Ford Mondeo estate practicality is a strong point. With the space-saver spare tire that's fitted as standard, the Mondeo musters 500 litres of volume up to the luggage area cover and in 5-seater mode. With a full-sized spare that drops slightly to 488 litres, but that's still huge. Thing is, its rivals do better. Vauxhall's Insignia Sports Tourer has a 540-litre capacity, and Volkswagen's new Passat estate swallows 650 litres. Fold the 60 hours 40 minutes split rear seats flat for even more space, 1,605 litres in fact, or 1,585 litres if you've got that full-sized spare. Conversely, that's more than the Insignia's 1,530-litre capacity, but significantly short of the Passat's 1,780-litre volume. There are fewer questions over the Mondeo estate's space for passengers, with ample room for 5 adults, and there's ample width for upper bodies too, with generous legroom even behind a taller driver. Up front the seats are supportive, especially so in titanium variants with the sports seats, meaning you're likely to arrive without suffering typical niggling aches after a long drive. Like the hatchback, there are various storage bins and cubbies dotted around the interior, with a usefully large glove box that's big enough to have a shelf inside it. At the base of the center console is an open storage area with a 12-volt socket close by. Safety. Ford Mondeo estate safety has yet to be scrutinized by the crash testing experts at Euro NCAP, but the company believes it will achieve a 5-star rating. Fundamentally, the latest Mondeo is a stronger, safer yet lighter car, offering its occupants a significant degree of protection in the unfortunate event of an accident. Airbags all-round work in conjunction with the car's crumple zones to minimize impact forces, while pedestrian detection system reduces the risk of injuring individuals who step out in front of it. LED tail lights also ensure you're seen clearly from behind. What prevents us from giving the Mondeo estate a 5-star rating is that much of the safety technology is optional, when other cars have such features as standard adaptive cruise control, blind spot warning and emergency city braking are all optional extras, as are the headline-grabbing inflatable rear airbags, a first on a European market. Ford lane departure warning function is standard on titanium versions upwards, but only with the X-Pack do you get LED headlights with automatic main beam and a cornering function to angle the beam towards the direction of travel. Reliability: it's too soon to be sure at this stage, but we expect Ford Mondeo Estate's reliability to please. The Estate version is not sold in North America, but the saloon model has been on the market for a couple of years already with no significant issues coming to light. It's a similar story with the engines and gearboxes which, although they've been modified for installation in the Mondeo Estate, have already seen service in a variety of current and earlier Fords, as have the raft of electronics and safety systems. In short, we don't expect the car to suffer from any significant issues. Not a point of concern, rather intrigue, is how the 3-cylinder, 1.0-litre EcoBoost petrol engine will cope in a car the Mondeo Estate's size. It performs well in other Fords, but they're all much smaller than the Mondeo. When filled with people, luggage and towing a trailer, it could be hauling up to 3,130 kilograms.